You have to do something with your time in life. Your time, your opportunity, what you're doing is important. Sitting idle will destroy you in life. Find something to do to occupy your mind. Make, build a positive environment around you, you know. And if you do these things, you can create a positive life, you know. And you have to learn to detox your environment. Don't go through life being bitter. Don't let nobody make you bitter. Find a way to fight for good. Find a way to fight for the positive. You know, don't allow your spirit, your temper to be drained and, you know, filled with bitterness. Find a way to embrace some kind of positive, create positive things in life to do, create positive friends, positive environment. You're only hurting yourself by holding on to bitterness or past mistakes, you know. So I learned this in life that, past experiences, it keeps you in the past. How? Because if you're thinking about something that hurt you, the other person are going on with their life and they're happy, you're walking around bitterness. So you have to create a positive environment. You know, in life, I think that we have everything we need, but we have to discover it. I think God placed everything we need, and we our journey on our journey in life, we discover what we have, what we are, who we are, whom we're going to become, and what we need. And we also develop, friends, access, and a network upon this journey and discovering who we are and what we want to be and what we're going to get to. You know, but in order to get what you need in life, sometimes what you want in life, you have to first get what you need. This is part of prioritizing your life. You know, getting the things that you need first, and then you can get what you want. But don't try to get everything. Just get what you need. You know what I'm saying? Practice your life with humility. When you do these things, you can start having positive vibes and start to having positive thoughts and positive attitudes and positive perception toward things. But when you are going through life holding on to misery and building negative and doing negative, thinking negative. You know what I'm saying? Even negative movies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It affects you, man. Your mind is the most important thing in life, not to function without your mind, man. So you have to learn to purify your environment by purifying the things you see, taste, touch, hear, and smell. And if you do these things, then you're gonna start seeing results. Understand, man, that results don't always come overnight. The problem that most of us have is constructing our body or our mind or things like that is that we will lift weights oftentimes, but and we'll get up and go to work when we don't feel like it. We'll wake up, get up and go to work every day when we don't feel like it. But when it comes time to take care of our mind, you know, we'll say, well, I don't feel like reading this book because of this. Okay, you don't feel like getting up going to work, but you go to work. Why? Because if you don't get up and go to work, you're not gonna get paid Friday, and guess what? You're not gonna be able to pay your bill, and guess what? Kids not gonna be able to get the new clothes, wife not gonna be able to get the new shopping spree, bills aren't gonna get paid. So you still get up and go to work because why? It's a necessity. You have to. Your mind is the same thing. You have to read. You have to feed your mind words. You have to feed your mind good. You have to feed your mind positive. Because if you don't, then you're gonna be filled with a lot of negative and bitterness, man. You know. So I say that because oftentimes, man, that we want an outcome or a certain kind of result in life, but what are we doing about it? We don't want to work past. Most of our problem is in life is that number one, if through health is that we don't drink water. Number two, through our mind is that we don't want to read. We'll do if you put a video up. I know because I do video SEO, I run video, so I know, that you can I will rank a video first before a web page. Why? Because if you put the average person on the search engine, guess which one they're gonna click on first? The video. Why? Because most of us don't want to read because reading is a habit that has to be developed. You're not gonna always want to read it. You have to read. You have to develop a habits in life, man. The same way you take on a habit, bad habits, you got to take on good habits. A lot of us don't know this. You know, see, you only reason that you take on that bad habits of smoking a cigarette or something because it gives you pleasure. But with reading, it's more of a responsibility. The flesh wants to be comforted, so it's going to yield more to pleasure than responsibility. So you have to break your flesh, man, and you have to challenge it every day, even when you don't want to. You won't see the results, but eventually you start to develop a habit and joy for reading, and then eventually you start seeing positive results. And I say that because I know the benefits of reading and feeding your mind words and reading books and taking on new habits in life, man. You need good habits in life, bro. And if you do these things that I tell you, man, and you use them, you start having positive results. You know, take care of your mind. Your mind's the most important thing in life, man. And always create a positive environment. See y'all in my next video. Thanks for watching. One love.